Welcome, Gemini. Oh, we had a card fall out. Shall I show it to you? I don't know. The Death card. Liberation, rebirth. Becoming the person you want to become. So, I mean, this could be in health, well-being, that you are maybe looking at exercise programs, nutrition programs, um, opting for a better lifestyle. You're looking for the passion, the joy in everything you do. It could be work related, absolutely. It could be within the community, in the home, the family, in your love life. Um, you're looking for your own independence, or not so much independence, but a freedom. But you are looking at how to bring that in. I would think it's more with health and well-being. I would think that you are trying to, because I got health and well-being at the very first when I picked the card up. So you're looking at making a lean, mean fighting machine kind of attitude here, okay? And you want it now. You don't want to, I don't think you have the drive and the determination to go forward, but you want the quick results. So if that's the case, then trick yourself, okay? And you can trick yourself. How sad is that? But you can, by setting the tiniest of milestones, okay? I got a Fitbit not too long ago as a gift. Very cool gift. I didn't think I would like it, but I love it. And at first, I wasn't hitting any of the goals. I was like, this is depressing. So I just set the goals a little lower, and now I'm like, yeah, I hit all the goals today. And now I'm starting to raise the goals, probably to where they needed to be in the first place. But when I wasn't hitting the goals, I was getting very, like, oh, this is hard. I don't know if I can stay on this. It's telling me every day that I'm a failure, and I don't like being told I'm a failure any day of the week. So, and I don't think many people do. So, where you are setting your goals, where you are setting your desires for who you want to become when it comes to health, when it comes to nutrition, a mean, lean, fighting machine kind of attitude. And let's say you haven't for a long time, so it's hard to get into that groove. It's hard to step into being that everything. And I think you have this drive, this willpower that you're going to do it regardless of what. But what happens is we set our goals a little bit high, and then we don't reach our goals, and then we feel like we can't do it, or we lose the interest, or we lose the pizzazz behind it of reaching goals. So set your goals a little smaller. And it really does trick you into eventually hitting those goals that you originally set for yourself by just calming them down a little bit. If you're hitting your goals, that's great. But if you're not, you can easily trick yourself into thinking. I mean, now I've had it for a month, and I think I'm where it told me I was supposed to be on a daily basis, which I still think is extreme, but I'm doing it now. But at first, it was hard for me to actually hit some of those goals, and I felt depleted when I wasn't hitting the goals. So I just reset the goals for something that was manageable, something that I could do. So let's see what the energy is. Went a long time on a card that just fell out of the deck. We have the Page of Pentacles. So we're looking at new beginnings, new paths forwards. The Eight of Swords is changing your perception. The Ace of Wands, well, we have new thoughts, new ways of bringing in balance, or how the things that we want to do, how we can incorporate them into our lives with a balance. And the Ten of Pentacles. Now, this is the S card. Okay, now crosses over the Eight of Swords. Okay, when I lay it on the board, it's actually the card that crosses over the Eight of Swords, which is changing your perception. So by changing your perception, and I think that's what I was just kind of talking about, wasn't it? Now, it was with health and fitness, but you could apply that to any part of your life, whether it be work-related, whether it's relationship-based, if it's something in the community. By changing our perception a little bit and tweaking our perception a little bit, looking at things from a different angle, we have the Yes card with it, which will push us forward in the right direction, will give us the desired results, will bring us towards success. Now we have the Page of Pentacles as our very first card, so we are looking down the roads of opportunity. We are looking at the new paths we can walk. We are envisioning our tomorrow. We're setting goals for ourselves. We're placing dreams in front of ourselves. Now, one, we don't really get to see the path forward all that much and how it plays out. So we can't really, we can look forward, but chances are we're not really going to see how all of our steps combined are going to take us to that goal. It's almost like we've got to play it out. But it also asks us to look at what we are willing to sacrifice, whether it is time, energy, resources. So are we willing to sacrifice what it's going to take to reach those goals, those dreams, those desires, the new ones we're setting for ourselves? The Ace of Wands really asks us how we are going to incorporate it then into balance. So you're asking a lot of questions this week. So I'm going to tell you to meditate. I'm going to tell you to pray. I'm going to tell you to get alone with your thoughts, because it's definitely needed when there's this many questions. I mean, we're changing our perception. We're asking ourselves, do I have what it takes, or am I willing to sacrifice what it takes in order to reach that goal, that dream, that desire? Now, oftentimes, I mean, we say sacrifice and everybody goes, oh, I don't want to sacrifice anything. I like what I have. I don't want to sacrifice. But sometimes it's sacrificing, so you're finished work every day at 5 and you go to the pub with everybody and you spend about an hour there and you have 1 or 2 drinks and then you go home and you're with the family and then you're toast for the rest of the night. So by cutting out that drink or two in the pub time, you're home a little earlier, maybe before supper and the family sits down, you can work on a project on your own or do something or utilize that time. Maybe it's now you're going to the gym or you're going to walk on the way home so it doesn't take you by the pub anymore. So there's all kinds of ways that we can sacrifice in our lives and not really miss what we are sacrificing by just changing things around, by giving our life a new perspective, our routines, our daily routines, a new perspective. Now, for our underlying energy, we have the Two of Swords, but it's all about decisions, and it's decisions that have to be made not from the opinions of others, not from what you can actually see or hear, but it is decisions that are made from tapping into your intuition, tapping into your higher wisdom. So you really do need to ask yourself. And I think with it being the underlying energy, it's almost like your intuition is going to lead you in the right direction if you listen to it. That you just need to pay attention to your intuition. That logic might not play in as much as you would like in figuring out ways of going forward, in trying new things and incorporating new things into your life. We have the Five of Pentacles. That's our overriding card. Now, this is kind of where I was saying with the goal setting, okay? This is like, that last mile is so hard, and it's usually when people quit because they finally say, this is too hard, I can't do it, so the heck with it, I'm going to scrap it, I'm going to do something else, I'm going to go back to doing what I was doing. This is really thinking the grass is greener on the other side of the fence. People are getting what they want, I'm not getting what I want. This is where the pity party can come in, this is where depression can come in. Okay, so this is where we want to lower those goals a little bit. The expectations we put on ourselves are going to weigh us down. Or maybe it's the expectations others are putting on you, and you really need to draw the line and say, hey, this is what I'm capable of, this is my best. If you don't like it, get somebody else for the job, but I'm going to see it through to the end. I'm disciplined, I'm determined, I'm in it for the long haul, but I'm going to do it at my speed, at my level, because I want to give it my all. I don't want to cut corners. You need to realize that you sit on the doorstep of the door of abundance here. You sit on the threshold of the door of abundance. And if you turn around, you'll see that door of abundance, but you're not looking at it right now. You're looking at everybody else and where they're at and how they're doing. And so you need to put the focus back on you in order to really empower yourself going forward and not compare yourself to anybody else. Especially, if you try something like jogging or weight training and, you look around and you're like, well, they're doing this many reps and I'm only doing this. Well, you'll get there, okay? So just look at you and your self-improvement, not everybody else is around you. That doesn't matter. We have the Four of Cups, which is our gratitude card, and it's with the Wheel of Fortune. Whoa. Transformation. You know, we went a really long time when no transformation cards came up, and now they're starting to pop up again. So we are going into new transformative times. We have gone through a certain amount of energy, and it was hard energy. It was absolutely hard energy. And now we kind of almost need to take stock of what we are grateful for, what we love in our lives, what brings us happiness, what brings us joy, in order to know what doors to close in our life and what doors to allow to open in our lives. And many times with the Wheel of Fortune, the door opening doesn't sometimes open until we actually make a decision, make a determination that the door is closing behind us in certain areas of our life. Now, I always, well, not always, but I'm finding, again, I'm going back to it's more about finances, it's more about career when this card is the Wheel of Fortune is here, because it almost looks like a giant pentacle, doesn't it? And what usually doesn't stand out to me is the giant, well, it's a sphinx, but it's in the shape of a lion, right? And I saw a lion, so I thought your courage, your willpower, your determination, the, the belief that your roar, your voice, your empowerment. And I think it's going to take courage to move forward for you. I think it's going to take some courage to close the door behind you. So you really need to understand what truly you need in your life, what you are grateful for, and then you start to realize the things that you don't really need in your life anymore. And you don't know why you have it hanging around you still, or them hanging around you, or that situation that you put yourself into, because it doesn't match your goals, your dreams, your desires going forward. And sometimes by looking at what we are grateful for, what we have in our life, we start to figure out that, you know, I'm not that grateful for that in my life at all. I don't need that in my life. Why do I have that in my life? For work and career, we have the Two of Wands. So this is usually our thought patterns, and it's usually a balance card, but it's an imbalance. If you can think of, say, a house on two legs, okay? It's not going to be very strong at all. It's going to, every little bit of wind, you're going to feel that shift, right? But if we put three legs under it, now it's a little stronger. If we put four, we're doing really good. If we put five, now we know that the floor won't buckle in, right? Or the roof won't cave in. So two is kind of an imbalance. We've got a balance, but there's things that can push us in either direction. So we could be up in the air. We could have a little bit of confusion around us when it comes to work, where we really want to put our energy, what we really want to step into. So don't be afraid of those kinds of things. Don't think, oh, I'm way up in the air on this and I should be grounded. I should know where I'm going. You know, you might be a certain age and you're thinking, at this point, if I don't have it figured out, I guess I'm not figuring it out. That is the Five of Pentacles talking to you. Do not berate yourself. Do not belittle your thoughts. You are trying to see the true balance going forward. You're trying to see the best possibilities available to you. And you can only do that by weighing out the different factors. Remember, we have the Two of Swords down here. It's decisions, and decisions that are made from your intuition, from your higher wisdom. So tap into those things. For love, relationships, we have Judgment. Well, you have to make sound judgments when it comes to your relationships. You can't act on a whim. You can't act because you overheard something. And you take that one little sentence out of the conversation and you get into attack mode with it. I heard this. I overheard you saying this. I saw you doing this the other day. What was that all about? You want the whole picture. You want to, you know, and relationships take work. Okay, yeah, there's the courting period, and we're all happy, and we get the sweaty palms, and our heart just pitter-patters away when we're near them. And then we kind of level out. And then the work begins. On taking that spark of sensuality and passion and turning it into a forever moment. So this is the hard work. This is using good judgment within the relationship. This is taking in their needs, their wants, their desires, how you show your love, how they show your love to you. This is a talk kind of atmosphere. This is getting to know each other on a new level. Maybe your new goals and dreams, who you are becoming. We change every day. And sometimes we change the tiniest bit, but you look back a couple of years and you really change. You change in your perceptions, what you believe, where you put your energy, what you want to do, how you express your love. And so I don't care if you've been together 60 years. I think it's a get to know you kind of conversation. What are the newest interests of each other? Does it align with each other? Does it bring in happiness and joy? Does it grow the two of you together? Don't jump to conclusions here. Don't make any rash and quick judgments. Don't say, oh, well, you know what? They didn't take out the garbage, so they must not love me anymore. Maybe they just forgot to take out the garbage. We don't want to jump to conclusions in the relationship. That's just going to start, bickering that doesn't need to be. Definitely not. If you are looking for a relationship, take it slow. Experience the moment. Okay, you meet somebody, don't try and get their life history in the first date. Just experience the passion, the joy, and take it slow and get to know them layer by layer by layer. And that will make the long-term sustainable relationship there and for years to come. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.